Phil, really, really important that we've got a system in place on farm to manage procedures for the purpose of managing work health and safety risks on farm. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is identifying potential hazards on farm and needing to put a safe operating work procedure in place. The safe work procedure should provide practical, clear, consistent way to go about a task safely. Can you talk about some of the key pointers for the purpose of putting a safe work procedure in place?
Oh yeah, look, that's pretty easy really. That's where operators manuals are so important. So you've got a tractor, and inside that manual will be the key safety components, what you need to do to operate things safely. It'll tell you about any hazards that are associated with it. And look, I guess to simplify that, we're really lucky with Safe Farming the resources we've developed, because our little resource USB, we've got a folder in there with about 60 odd safe work procedures on that we've gathered up over the years.
Yeah.
And they cover everything from tractors to pivot irrigators to quad bikes to side by sides, the major, most hazardous things on farm. And a safe work procedure essentially is a risk assessment, because what we're doing in that is we're identifying the hazards. We're putting some control measures in place to try and minimise the risk, risk of harm to anyone if something goes wrong. And basically a safe work procedure is the rules around operating one. So tractor operation, these are the rules I need to follow when I jump in this tractor and go to work with it.
Yeah. An important factor as well, when you're putting a safe work procedure together, make sure you consult, engage, have that conversation with the people that are potentially using the tractor, for instance, that's behind us, and it gives them the opportunity to provide feedback into the safe work procedure. And we want to make sure it's also not too lengthy. We want to make sure it's clear and straight on point, don't we?
Oh, look, Stu, one of the key things we talk about in safe farming, again, and I said it earlier on, was if you can say it in a sentence, don't write a book about it, because that just overcomplicates things. You don't need to do that.
Yeah,
all we need to do is get our message across in a nice, clear, simple and understandable way. And so it basically gives people, or relays to people, what our rules are for operating whatever that piece of equipment is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like your terminology there, Phil, understandable way. And what we want our farm managers, our farm owners, our employees to do is then, once in place, make sure that everyone has been made aware of that safe work procedure. And that could look something like sitting down with your workers once the safe work procedure is developed and running that through with your workers, having a conversation with them, establishing that they fully understand the content of that safe work procedure. And at the end of the day, get them to go ahead and sign it and date it as well.
That farm safety conversation, Stu, we'll keep coming back to that, it's so important.
Absolutely, and it should never stop. Absolutely, we encourage that as much as we can.